Where was CM Punk during this whole segment? Where was CM Punk at? I know where he was at. He was back there taking a shit. Blue, 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 blue. What's up, wrestling fans? It went down. My girl Io Sky, she was out there with the short shorts, showing that she got some cheeks too. She ain't got no cakes, but she got a muffin. You know what I'm saying? Huh? How did y'all like the CM Punk, Paul Heyman segment? Let me know down in the comments what the favor that Seth Rollins is asking for. How about El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania? I'm looking forward to that match. I know they're going to be a headbanger. And when I say headbanger, I'm talking about that metal plate that El Grande put inside his mask. You know what I'm saying, huh? I be the main event. Welcome to the main event. This is the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is your Monday Night Raw review. So Adam Pearce kicks off the show, bringing out Io Sky, Bianca, and Rhea Ripley to sign the contract, making this a triple threat at WrestleMania. Once again, Io Sky will push to the side. Io Sky wasn't taking it. Missile drop hit to Rhea Ripley in the back into Bianca, and Io walks out doing her deranged actions with her fingers pointing to her head and shit like that. Yeah, I like deranged Io Sky. I love it. Adam Pearce on social media made a fatal four-way for the IC title with Finn Balor, Dirty Dom, Braun Breaker, and Penta. So we get a match with Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley in a good match. These women put up a good match. Hey, you like it, I love it, right? Lyra picks up the victory. Bayley denied shaking her hand, but in the end give her a hug. So is this a sign that Bayley may turn on Lyra in the tournament, in the tag team gauntlet? She may turn on her. Bayley may go back heel. So that'll give Lyra a challenge or a match at WrestleMania, Bayley versus Lyra for the IC Championship title. I'm thinking they doing this because Becky had a setback, and Becky, they may be saving Becky for like SummerSlam. So I was looking forward to Becky versus Lyra at WrestleMania, but I can see her coming back after WrestleMania, sometime in between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. AJ Styles gets an interview backstage. Karrion Kross pulls up and got himself into a match with AJ Styles, and he said things going and playing. AJ Styles, you got to do it for us. Yeah, what is he doing? You didn't even explain what he doing this for us means. I think Karrion Kross is getting into his own head by trying to get into other people's head. But anyway, I'm glad to see Karrion Kross getting a match on live TV. Then we get the Creed brothers and Americano versus LWO. And it was a good match. LWO was showing off their skills. They had enough time to do what they do, Mexican style. But the Creed brothers and Americano pieced up the win by El Grande putting a steel plate in his mask and doing a headbutt off the top of the ropes, which gave him a match with Rey Mysterio for WrestleMania. Gunther comes out. Right about when you're finna talk, Jey Uso music hit and he comes out. And Jey Uso seriously cut his promo. The crowd was still screaming geek. He had to calm him down. Cut a serious promo, and that was it. Gunther had nothing to say. New Day versus War Raiders. New Day won by disqualification. They tried to take out the War Raiders in the end. Tried to send them back and put them on the shelf. So I'm looking forward to this being a title match at WrestleMania in a Vikings kind of match. You know, the Vikings match they had, they probably name it something else. Like I said, it's maybe called like the War Raid match, the Warriors match, something like that. Dirty Dom versus Penta, and Dirty Dom got cheered. They were cheering for my boy after he hit that destroyer, that Dirty Dom destroyer. They were cheering for my boy, but Penta ended up laying down Dirty Dom. Braun Breaker came down, hit Carlito with a missile spear. That boy shot like a missile. took Carlito out, took Dom out, took Penta out. Finn took out Brian Breaker, but he got back up and Finn took off. So they're getting that fatal four-way set up. Then we get the last segment with Paul Heyman coming out, and then Seth Rollins come out to speak a little truth. He spoke his truth, and he begins to threaten Paul Heyman, putting his hands on him. First, he got to rubbing on his stomach. Seth Rollins got to rubbing on Paul Heyman's stomach. And then he hit Paul Heyman with a little bitch slap. You know what I'm saying? He potty slapped his ass. Paul Heyman was like, don't you put your goddamn hands on me no more. And yeah, Seth Rollins was like, yeah, there it is. Push Paul Heyman into the turnbuckle. Out comes CM Punk. Where was CM Punk during this whole segment? Where was CM Punk at? I know where he was at. He was back there taking a shit. Blue, 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 blue. He was back there taking a shit. Know what he was doing. But CM Punk music hit. He comes out. Him and Seth Rollins have it out. Seth Rollins tricks him to coming back into the ring. Give him a stump. While Paul Heyman was catering to CM Punk, Seth Rollins cancel his stump on Paul Heyman and tell Paul Heyman, now you owe me a favor. So I don't know if that was a joke or is Seth Rollins really gonna ask Paul Heyman for a favor. Y'all let me know down in the comments. But that what all happened on Raw. Not too much of a big deal. Nothing major. Just some more things amping up the matches for WrestleMania. But y'all drop a comment down below. I be the main event. And I'll catch you all in the next main event. Peace.